I suppose we'll formally welcome
Yep.
Joonakris Rimando. Kris, welcome to the Burke Britton team. It is great to have you on board.
Yeah, no, I'm really glad. I'm really glad to be part of your team. I've been here for more than a month now, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying all the challenge because it's really different what I used to do with ANZ because it's a big company and we've got heaps of power planners and stuff. This one is just really you and you're doing on your own. So, but I love it. I love the challenge and learning a lot as well.
So just on that, just with your background, I know you've spoken to Amy and I about your background. It's one of the things we spoke about, which was sort of one of the attractive elements of you coming into this role. But maybe just for those that don't know, just give a bit of background of your sort of extensive experience, mostly at ANZ.
Yep, yeah. So I started with them as a client service officer. So my role is typically just, they call it back then as an ASAP team. I just can't remember what it stands for now because I was back in 2012. But what our main roles is just to really help out the planners to gather all the information with all the clients' existing super funds or pensions or insurance. So like what Mira is doing right now. So just calling the funds, completing all those super funds. So when they do the research, they have everything in there. And because ANZ is a big banking company with all clients as well, they're busy. So they've created that team of 6 people just to really do those research, getting all the information from the clients. So I did that for nearly a year. And because I really want to do a power planning, I really want to be a power planner. That's why I've started my diploma of financial planning. And that's attracted me to that role because they said that, you can move around with ANZ and eventually you can be a power planner. So I did put it out there with my manager that I really want to be stepped up to be a power planner. So they've had an interview and all that. I was successful for it. So I've started as just a review team of doing the plans because they do have a level of step of what plans you can do. So I was just doing all the review plans of switches, rebalances, projection for any super, pension, no insurance yet because it's as we know, it's a broad thing about insurance. And then after, I think I was doing it for a year. And then I step up again to do mid plans. So we call it low, medium, and high plans. And then after doing over a year of that, I step up to mid plans, which is I'll do that Centrelink as well, a little bit of small insurance, mainly more with pension. And then I went to mat leave. I had my first daughter and then came back. And then I stepped up again to do the highest plans now. So just really all those three that all different kind of plans that I'm doing it until I get redundant, which is I was on mat leave with my second daughter. So yeah, so I was really doing those mainly, not so much of the self-managed funds because they do have a different theme of doing that as well. So mainly on super, pension, Centrelink, insurance. That it's all broadly that I'm writing plans for the planners.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that I really love about your background is that you've had that exposure to a large corporate. And even though we're a small business, at the moment, we come under the umbrella of another large corporate in AMP. And that compliance regime is something that is, it can be unforgiving. It can be unforgiving in sort of the preparation of advice documents. So I think someone coming with that level of attention to detail is a really important thing. And I think when we talk about your role at Bec Britton, you've been very fortunate. The person who's laid the foundation for that role, Bec White, not only has she done an amazing job, but she's also staying involved in the business. So you've had a great sort of opportunity to hand over with Bec. Maybe you just want to touch on sort of that first little transition in the first month and how important it has been to have Bec there as a guide and support to you.
Yeah, she's very lovely. She's very, very helpful with everything, with all the questions. She's explained, as I said, with ANZ, because there's few things as well with ANZ that we'll just use mainly as a ready-to-go calculator, with also doing switches, calculating the CGT and all other things. They have that separate calculator that we're just punching it in there and gives us the answer. But with us here, we actually need to manually do other little tricks and things to find out what's the answer. And Bec's been really helpful, like teaching me those things. And it's good for me as well. It's good for my knowledge because I'm just used to those things that, oh, okay, well, give me an answer. And that's, hey, there you go, I'll put it on SOA. But here, you just actually need to calculate everything with manually and learn everything of what we actually need to put on the SOA. And yeah, Bec has been really grateful in helping me with everything. And it's good that she's staying on as well, because as I said to her, like, I'll be probably needing more guidance from her as her being a senior of that role that she's currently doing. And she's more now knowledgeable with all the other things of what's going on in financial planning.
And I think just from a business point of view, and sometimes this isn't for our clients, this isn't always seen because it's sort of like the duck in the water with the feet paddling madly underneath. From a compliance point of view, having a dedicated paraplanning coordinator is not the norm in the industry. It's not the norm in small business, but we've made that decision for sort of quality control, turnaround time control, to have firstly Bec and now yourself in that role. So I think it's a fantastic investment in our clients, and in terms of just continuing to sort of improve the quality and turnaround time of everything that we do. So it's I think you are an invaluable part of this business, and will be for a long time, hopefully. So on the personal note, you mentioned the kids, and at the moment in this new sort of COVID world, you're working remotely. I saw that you're coming down to the office, I think early next month, but I suppose maybe just talk on the balance between family and work and how you're able to manage that. Obviously, we're very happy and comfortable to have that flexibility, which I think is awesome because it's expanded our horizons in terms of the type of people that we can recruit, the quality of people that we can recruit into the business, because they don't need to live within a 5-kilometre radius of the Geelong office. We can actually have we can explore outside of that, and that's exactly where we've found you. So how are you coping with the home work-life balance, given that home is work?
It's actually because I'm used to it as well. Because back with ANZ, I do work from home a lot. Like when I was doing a full-time, I was doing 2 days at home and 3 days in the office. And then I went to part-time and 3 days in the office and just 1 day a week every fortnight in the office, and then mostly at home. It is, I'm not gonna lie, it is hard at times. Back then it was easy because I only have my little one, but now having 2 little ones, it's a bit tricky sometimes. And as you know, we had that lockdown, and it's uncertainty of like, you can't go out, and I just need to juggle everything. But we worked it out because my husband worked long hours as well, so he's like a really main thing of the family that he can't be disrupted, that I need to go to work for these hours. And I have to do everything, to be honest. So it's like really managing myself of how my tasks would work and through my family. And you guys have been really helpful, of like really the flexibility as well of working hours, so, which is just repaying that and just showing it to you guys that this is what I'm doing. And Amy said one time, like, you don't really have to text me what you're doing all the time and stuff like that. I just want to like feel that I'm really grateful that I found this type of work that I can really manage my family, and not having just to go in a city or full time and worrying my family. Oh, okay, you guys will be just sit there and then wait for me until I get home. So it's really good to have found this type of work and just really managing it well. And flexibility of hours is really grateful as well, that I can work anytime and just jump in and make sure that everything's completed before I jump off.
I think that's a really important point about I suppose that trust in a small business particularly, and that is also reflected in the way we deal with our clients. So we have a very, very close relationship with our clients, and a very, very close and trusted relationship with all of our staff. And I think that the new world of or the new corporate world, even in our small business, is one of flexibility and people being able to work in more than one location. I mean, technology allows us to do things like we're doing at the moment. We should continue to take advantage of that. And as a business, we've kind of been early adopters in in the use of technology for you sort of communicating with our clients. We can expand that into recruiting amazing people into the business. I think that's a fantastic thing. The other thing I thought maybe might be worth touching on in terms of sort of connecting with clients is, first of all, giving clients an opportunity to meet you virtually, but also giving them some, I suppose, advance warning that they, from time to time, might even get an email or a phone call from you. So obviously in this conversation, we know that you're pretty easy to get along with. You're not going to give them a hard time, and I think they should all look very much forward to any dealings that they have with you.
Yes, no, I'm very grateful, and I'm very helpful with anything it comes with a client. So if it is easy question, I would just rather ask the clients and give a client a call as well. I also had a background of doing a client service officer with credit union show, because I was with them for 2 years doing assisting with planners as well. So I'm used to like really finding the clients of, hey, this is what happened with your insurance, or this is what's going on with your switches and all that, and following up all the application forms and all that, and fact finds and stuff. So yeah, I'm more than happy to really meet them, and virtually or phone call or anyway.
Very good. Yeah, I think that balance between, so it's a unique quality, someone that is exceptionally good at administration, with a technical head, but also loves personal relationships as well. That combination which you have, I think, is a very good blend. And so, yeah, as I said, we're very lucky to have you, Kris. And listen, thanks again for choosing us as a business to be part of. Before we close out, is there anything else you want to, any other messages, any other closing comments you might like to send out to our Burke Britton and Secure Life clients?
Yeah, so I'm just always here to help out, and I'm more than happy to meet you guys anyway. And yeah, so that's all good for me.
Wonderful. Well, thanks, Kris. Thanks for the quick snapshot of your work life and your role at Burke Britton, and how it looks moving forward. So again, thanks for your time.
Thank you.